If you've got a hole in the wall and you need to cut it out, replace it, and plaster it up, then follow along and you'll see how we screw the timber in, put the patch back in, tape it up, and get it all nice, ready for painting. Stick around and I'll show you the full process. Hi guys, Brad McKinnon here, welcome back to the channel. If you follow me, you've seen a lot of these. This is your first time watching, please subscribe. I've got lots of these sort of videos, patching walls, as well as a load of videos on the full plastering process, finishing your drywall, to patching holes, to tool reviews. If that sounds like a bit of you, then hit that subscribe button and you'll see new videos every week. Here today we've got a hole in the wall, just it's a bit of an indent. What happens is it gets sort of pushed through and all the plaster between the two layers of paper get broken, so it needs cutting out. So the first thing I did there was just put a screw in just to find, there was a bit of timber stud there, so I just wanted to find the center, and you just put a screw in there, you find each edge and find the middle. So we're going to utilize that timber stud for our new fixing. Then we just want to mark out around where we want to cut out. I like to use a level. If you get things straight as possible to begin with, just makes the whole process a lot easier when you're cutting out your new piece of drywall to put in. So we marked all that out with the level and cut it all out with the standing knife. You can use a multi-tool if you wish. The standing knife is just a bit tidier, less mess, and just clean up those edges inside and outside, because we're going to put some timber in the back there just to screw the new piece into. So you can see there I've just got enough off cut of 3/1, so I like to sort of have it extend past the opening, and you can just hold it in place while you screw it in there. And then you can't quite see on this side, I've got a timber stud there already, which I cut the drywall down the center of, so I don't have to put any timber there. And then I like just to put one in the middle there, just to pull those sort of middle sections together. If you haven't got a timber stud, it doesn't, you can put another piece of timber in at this end, but normally there's one around somewhere which you can utilize. Then you want to cut your new piece. If it doesn't quite fit, just trim it up to size. You want to get it as snug as possible. It just makes life a lot easier when you come to plastering it. And no need to rush this bit, you want to get that absolutely perfect there, nice snug fit. Just make sure all those edges are cleaned off, and so it sits back level with the existing bit of wall there, and then we'll just screw it off into the new timbers we've put in. We don't want to put our fixings too close to the corners, otherwise they might just end up breaking, so I keep them down about 10 or 15 mils from the edge. You can give the wall there a bit of a sand up with some sandpaper, a bit of a scuff up. You can see there I've actually pre-filled it. I just had some plaster doing some other stuff, so I gave it a bit of a pre-fill. You don't have to if it's nice and tight. And then we're just going to hit it with some tape. So I'm just using a pre-mixed air drying compound and some fibre fuse tape. So you just want to put a layer of plaster on, put the tape in. I just like to hold one end while I sort of press it into the plaster, and go right round, and then cover it all again straight away, so that tape is embedded into the plaster. And then I like to just sort of clean up all around, just trying to not have any edges of the tape showing, just so that plaster's covered over. Then once it's dry, we're going to come back and do the second coat, but because we're working on a painted surface, you'll get a bit of air bubbles, so the best thing to do before you do your next filler coat is just to put a real tight skim on, You'll see this in a lot of my videos. That just eliminates any air bubbles coming through when you do your filler coat, and we'll just leave that there for about 2, 3, 4 minutes. You can see there it's just gone off a bit, so I can hit it now with my filler coat and I won't get any air bubbles coming through. It's a little trick there for you if you're working over a painted surface. So I'm just using my 14-inch trowel here for my second coat, just to fill right across, just to fill in any hollows there. Put the plaster on and then just sort of start taking it off until you get a nice surface, and then we're just going to clean up those edges there with your knife. And again, we're going to let that dry. Give it a scrape off any high bits there, and then because that was a nice filler coat that sort of flushed it out nice and flat, we're going to just do a real tight finish coat, because you will get the air bubbles coming through again on the painted surface. So just a real tight coat will just eliminate any of that. Just put it on and take it off, and that's that patch done. Just a nice little sand up when it's dry, and it should be all good for painting. So if you enjoyed that, guys, remember, please subscribe. We've got lots more of these kind of videos. Thanks for watching. See you next time.